What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to our channel here at Vagabond Builds. And today we're going to be doing a water pump change on a Camaro SS 2017 6.2 liter, and we're going to show you guys step by step on how to take this water pump out and place a new one with gaskets. But before we do, want to kind of just talk about it a little bit. Now, we do have the radiator system out already because the car was crashed on the front end. And if you guys do follow me on my channel and check the other videos of what exactly is going on, we're showing you guys a series of videos of the progress on this 2017 Camaro SS. So the part that we're going to be changing right now is going to be this one right here. This water pump comes all the way under your air intake hose. We're going to be changing this, and we're going to be taking it off and placing new gaskets and a new water pump. So we're going to be removing this air intake hose, taking these bolts off, which are size 13 bolts. And we're going to be removing the little clips with hoses and things of that sort. We already have the radiators out because of the crash, so we're just kind of getting everything from the motor over to the front done. I want to show you guys based on the parts or what they're going to look like, so I set everything up for the sake of the video. And this is exactly the part that we're going to be changing. Now, my pulley is bent on the Camaro, so I bought a new part. This is bent and my little nipple is broken, that little plastic piece. So we're going to be just changing the whole situation. Now, these are the bolts that I was telling you. These are size 13 bolts. Okay. There's three here, three here. There's going to be a plug right here. You kind of want to take a look at the new part to get an idea. And there's going to be a little hose right here that we're going to have to remove a clip. And I'm going to show you guys that later on in the video. Typically, you would have to take the hoses and the clamps off the inlet. This is what also broke on mine. So this is why we're changing it, one of the -- reasons. And right behind the part, you're gonna have two hoses again that you're gonna have to remove with clips. They're gonna slide out, and this is where the gasket is going to go. So I have two gaskets, original from GM, genuine parts from the Roseville Chevrolet. Shout out to those guys for providing the parts. And the tools that you're gonna be needing, kind of easier for me, is a size 10. Also a little pick and some flathead, also a size 13 with an electric tool. Now, sometimes you guys might not have these tools. You guys can use different types of flatheads, and also maybe you guys have just a regular tool to put that 13 socket on. Tools, that's also possible. You guys are able to do that. Now, this is what sits behind the water pump right here. And we're not going to be changing this because mine's not broken, but I just want to kind of give you guys an idea of what's right behind that water pump. It sits on this side of the water pump, just like that. And we're not going to be changing this, so we're just going to be removing the water pump off of this, but it is connected by this size 10 screw here, and I want you guys to kind of get an idea so you guys aren't fighting it right there, just like that. It falls, and we're going to be removing that in the video. All right, guys, now let's go ahead and start. Okay, guys, so now we're going to get started. So I'm going to grab my size 10, and we're going to go right behind like that water pump like I explained. And we're going to take off that size 10. Now, I loosened it for the sake of the video, but I'm going to give you guys an idea. Right? Just kind of set it on top of the motor. Now what we're going to do is undo the 13 bolts. Now you got 6 of these. All right, now you might get some dripping. Remember, I already took off all the water, all the antifreeze out. So you're gonna get some dripping as you're pulling that water pump off, but that's totally normal. You might wanna put like a tub under there. I got a cardboard, the cardboard's kind of soaking it up. So we're gonna remove this air intake hose so it can get out of our way. Now remember, it's going to look a little bit different for you guys because you guys might be doing a water pump change with your guys' radiators in and stuff like that. So you might be needing different tools and different steps and all that. But we're doing this. I'm going to slide this aside, and it opens up to me the water pump. Now we're going to be removing this plug right here for that sensor. Now let's go ahead and do that. And that's why I have my handy dandy pick. There's a little gray tongue right there, if you guys can kind of get that in the video. And that has to pop up. Nice and easy. You want to do this with finesse so you're not breaking anything. And right behind it, actually you don't even have to touch that gray tongue. Right behind it, you just want to lift that little black tongue up. Check that out right here. You want to just lift that tongue up. Okay, that removes the sensor. And then see this little clip here. We're going to pull that clip off. All right, and now what we're going to do is work that water pump off. All right, so now that we're gonna start working off this water pump, I just wanna show you guys that I realize this is broken, so we're going to have to change this black piece right behind that water pump. And I showed you guys that earlier on in the video. But let's go ahead and take off these hoses right behind so we could go ahead and wiggle that water pump off. You're gonna be needing some pliers for this. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video. What I do is I kind of turn the hose to break the grip on that hose. And there's two of them. So we're gonna have to do that bottom one. The clamps are on the bottom, which is kind of more of a pain to get to, but you guys just kind of work your way through it. I got all kinds of wires hanging here because of the work. Took off the fuse box and all that good stuff. Now we're gonna have to grab some different types of pliers because these have an angle on them. So we removed that hose, okay? Took that clamp off, wiggled the hose off. There goes the two nozzles we were talking about at the beginning of the video. But guys, now that I'm wiggling it off, you kind of figure out more. You're gonna squeeze these gray clamps kind of thing, kind of push it over, and this is gonna pop up, just like that. And same thing on this side, get an idea. Push and pop up, very nice. Just like that. Be careful, I mean, all these little cheap plastic things are kind of annoying. We're gonna pull that clip up, and then we're gonna wiggle this out as best as possible. Of course, we might find other things that we're going to need to take off as you're doing this job. Oh, and I broke that, of course, because I forgot, but I broke it off the bad one, so that's a good thing. That saved my life because my heart kind of dropped right now. But since I broke it off that, we're gonna change this to the new one, and that saved me. Whew, what a doozy. All right, let's go ahead and start doing the new piece. So guys, this is how it looks off. Of course, this is the piece I broke, but good thing we have this on the new piece. Very good, saved my life. So don't do the same mistake I did. Learn off of other people's mistakes. And these are the gaskets I was talking about. So you got one gasket here, okay? And one gasket here. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean that surface. When we go ahead and put those new gaskets on, before we put those gaskets on, we're gonna clean this surface all here. So we get kind of just a clean fit on those gaskets so we don't get any leaks, all right? So let's go ahead and do that. So we pretty much cleaned the surface, used a shop towel, paper towel, with some brake parts cleaner. And now we're gonna start setting up for putting this water pump back on. Let's go ahead and get over to the gaskets. Actually, you know what? Before we do the gaskets, I'm going to go ahead and bolt this piece on. And then we're going to go ahead and pop these gaskets on. Let's go ahead and do that. So guys, what we did is we cleaned this with brake cleaner, and then just clean it with some shop towel. I wanted to show you guys, this is it on, and what I kind of did is I kind of set the screws in just to kind of hold this gasket in place, just like that. Some people will put gasket maker on them. I'm not going to do that. It's not needed. but if you want to be extra cautious and safe, you could do that, but the OEM does not come with gasket. What I do is I kind of just screw them in just to stay in place, all right, and that's going to kind of just slip into the holes on the motor, on the engine. Remember, we're going to plug that in as we're doing that. We're not going to make that same mistake again. All right, now let's go ahead and go and wiggle this on. So now we got the bolts in, wiggled it on, and just wanted to make sure that the bolts were in very nice and easy. Remember guys, don't force anything. If you feel like it's going hard, don't force it. It's not going well if that's going on. It has to be with finesse. Okay, so we're gonna torque them down even more, but I wanna kind of get you guys an idea. The inlet is here, right here. We popped this hose here on in the back and we clipped it on. Make sure you guys don't forget that. What we're gonna do is just slip these hoses back on with the clamps. And just follow the steps that you did taking it off. And these clip right into place up here. Okay, I'm gonna make sure you hear a clip. We're gonna take off that red cap. Very nice and easy because these little nipples are very touchy. And there you go. All right, guys, so we're pretty much done. Get you guys kind of an idea of how to change the water pump. What does it look like? What kind of consists of it, and the tools and things of that sort. Don't forget to put your clip here and to plug in this sensor right behind it again. Let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, so we're pretty much done. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch our channel here at Vagabond Builds. If you guys do have any comments, questions, concerns with regards to the water pump change, I'm thinking about doing also an alternator, putting the alternator on since the alternator is not on, and also the serpentine belt to run on. Getting ready to put this. Subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. If you guys do like our content, like our videos, really helps us out. And again, you know, keep watching, follow me, subscribe, and get an idea of what's going on with this Camaro SS. Thanks. Bye.